So guys, real quick, before I get into the rest of the stuff, or before I get into continuing to expand, I wanted to show you guys that now that it is raining, and I thought because I was in the tag biome it would snow, but it's not snowing. So now that it's raining, I'm going to show you that these barrels collect water. And as you can see at the percent at the top in the little description thing, it is collecting. And it will collect water until they are full. So I just wanted to show you that before I went to sleep and before I turned off the rain, that yeah, that's how you collect water in here. So you're gonna want at least 3. 1 for clay, 2 to make an infinite water source. So yeah, just wanted to show you that real quick. Alright, bye. And welcome back everybody to another Minecraft video. Today I'm going to be continuing on the Skyblock series. Now, there's a few things I want to talk about. The first is, after I had finished chopping down these trees, I continued to make as much dirt as possible, and I also covered it with grass, which you can get from grass seeds, which you get from sifting dirt, or sieving, however you want to say it. And I expanded to 25 by 25 with a couple extra blocks. The wooden section of my platform is 26 by 26. I just wanted to share that little tidbit with you, but now on to what you need to know. So the first thing you're going to need after you do this is, if you recall from my last video, I talked about how to make clay buckets. Now, clay buckets, if you need a reminder, are 3 pieces of clay, which you get from, let me see here, one of these. So remember I told you that you needed 3 buckets, or 3 barrels of water. Now the reason for that is, I'm going to take one of these gravels. Reason for that is, oh, I don't need it. You're going to need 2 to make your infinite water source and 1 to make your clay. Now what you're going to need is this wooden hammer right here. And to make that, you just need 2 pieces of wood and 2 sticks. And you get a wooden hammer. And all you have to do is break it, and you'll get a block of gravel. And then break this one. And then you do it one more time, and you have dust. And all you need to do is place it in, collect it, break the little bastard, and you get 4 pieces of clay, which is enough for 1 bucket. Now, then you use your bucket that you just cooked in your furnace, and you make an infinite water source. Ba-boom. And you have an infinite water source. Hooray! Then it's when stuff starts to get interesting. You can either attempt to make a mob spawner with a bunch of wood and the water that you have to try and get some bones to make bone meal. I didn't do that. I actually did something else. What I did was I took a piece of cobblestone and I broke it back down all the way down to another piece of dust. And what I did with this dust is I sieved it until I got bone meal. And I needed 7 pieces of bone meal to make this. Now I'll show you that real quick. 7 pieces, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 pieces of clay and bone meal. Because the way you make this is with clay and bone meal. Then you just cook it in a furnace, and this is where you're going to be getting your lava from. Now, you're going to need more dirt, but you sift dirt until you get 5 pieces of stone, and you just place it in here. And that will eventually give you lava, but you have to put it over a heat source. I put it over a torch. That's how you're supposed to do it in the beginning. But then you can put it over lava, you can put it over fire. That all comes later though. So, now you have lava. And you can make a lava generator, because under this is lava. Now I'm actually going to put this back, because these plastic blocks, or blocks of plastic, are non-flammable, so they won't burn ever. And you get that You can get that from these right here. What you do is you smelt it, then you smelt that, then you take 4 of them and you make plastic sheets, and you just make a block of plastic. But still, we're gonna have to collect these somehow, right? I mean, I could just do this, but then I would only get gravel, and that's also a good thing. But I will get into that in a few minutes on why you're going to need a lot of gravel over a lot of cobblestone. But for right now, I'm going to show you how to create tools. Now, I mentioned in my previous video that we're going to... Oh, I need food. Do I have any? Nope. I mentioned in my previous video that we're going to need Tinker's Construct, and that is the only real way to make any tools. So, I have the Tinker's Construct items right here. So, these are the 3 main ones you're going to need. You're going to need a stencil table, and you make that with a blank pattern and some planks of any kind. And in order to make this, you just need planks of any kind and sticks. That's it. Then you're going to need a part builder. The last thing you're going to need is a tool station. And in order to make that, you're just going to need a crafting table and a blank pattern, and you get a tool station. Now, if you want to keep all your stencils in another kind of chest, I mean, I don't think you can put them in a regular chest, can you? No, you can, so I don't understand why you would make this, but you can. And it's just a chest and a blank pattern, and you get a stencil or a pattern chest. Now, it's basically simple. Blank patterns, you choose whatever you want. I'm actually going to choose a blade, and you just take it. That's it. Make a lot of these, by the way. You're going to want at least 1 of each. Then, what you can do with that is, so what you do is you just put it in, and ta-da, you can get whatever you, whatever type. As long as it has it in this little list, when you hold shift, if it has it in this list, you can make it just in the part builder alone. And you can create a part to a tool. Now, tool station, you can actually check what the crafting recipes are. But I need to get rid of these. So for a matlock, you're going to need a axe head, a shovel head, and a handle. And that'll give you a matlock. If you want an axe, you just need an axe head and a handle. Shovel is the same thing, shovel head and a handle. The pickaxe is a little different. It is pickaxe head, a tool binding, that's important, and a handle. Now, for the handle, I'm just going to use a regular wooden tool rod, and for the binding, I'm going to use paper binding. You already know how to make paper. If you don't, then the recipe is 3 sugarcane. I got my paper from a different source. I will explain that in a second. So I just use that, and I got dark steel from the same source. And you have your tool. I'm going to name this Dark Fortress Cutter. And now I have a pickaxe. Hooray! Now I'm actually going to explain really fast where I got those materials from. And if it works, then... Nope. If it works, then... Yay! If not, then... Boo! But what I got them from is loot bags. Now loot bags are a... Oh, I got a head. Ugh. Loot bags drop off of any kind of mob, including... Loot bags drop off of any kind of mob or animal. Did I get any? No, I didn't. Well, they do pop off, and I do have a few in here. And what they will do is they will give you some random stuff. I already emptied out this one, but it'll give you a bunch of random stuff. You can actually combine these, or you, to make better ones. And you can just keep doing that until you get the legendary loot bag, which has the best kind of stuff. This is going to be your main source of miscellaneous materials. But that is where it's in these white bags that I got dark steel ingots and a couple of these batteries and some other stuff. And in the green ones I got diamonds. Cool. And I also got nether quartz. Now that we have a tool, we can actually start on mining some cobblestone. Whoa! Some cobblestone! Oh! Always have water ready. Because this, at the moment, is very dangerous. I'm actually going to continue until I collect enough cobblestone to make a generator. So I will be back in a few minutes. Oh, before I forget, there is one thing that Tinker's Construct tools do, and I will show you after I mine this one. No! Come back. Okay, so they have what is called a level. The mining XP and the skill XP. Now when you mine enough items, it will level up, giving you another one of these modifiers down here. And what else was it? And a random modifier. So it can get auto smelting, it can get self-repair, it can get a lot of things. That's a dying pig. Oh, bye pig. Bye. You will not be missed. Neither will you. Both little bastards. And only once will it upgrade its... what is it called? Only once will it upgrade its mining level. So right now, my mining level is Ardrite. But once I level this up, it will be able to mine other things. So I just wanted to give you that little quick little tidbit while I am breaking this stuff apart. And I kind of got started on it. It's just a 5v5 or 5 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 high. And I am not taking credit for this cobblestone generator. This is not my cobblestone generator. This actually belongs to Nims TV. I will link his channel and this video in the description down below. But it's a 5x5 like that, and I'm going to skip over a few parts because his design requires stuff like hoppers and chests and pressure plates and dispensers, and I don't have time for that. I don't have time to actually make all that stuff, so I'm going to simplify his build. So what we're actually going to need now is a couple of stone here, a couple stone here, a little bit more. I'm going to leave one open. And if I recall, something like this. I might be wrong about this, to be honest with you. If I recall, one here, a couple blocks here, a couple here, and fill this up. Actually, I believe it's just like this. Hold on. I believe it is... Okay, so I'm going to punch out this block here. Place a solid block right there. And I'm going to place another solid block right here for the time being. And I'm going to fill that up with water. And I'm going to get out of here real quick. And if I recall correctly... Oh, the reason I put it on the edge is because water is going to spew out. Just to let you know. That hurt. I'm actually going to come collect... I'm actually going to put a few of these in here so they can start. So you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it will say that it has solid volume and liquid volume. Once it hits 1,000 milliliters, that's when you have a full bucket. I'm going to collect this lava right here. And the reason I have 3 extra buckets is because they each break. I've said that a few times already, but I'm going to continue saying it because it's actually quite important. Now I'm going to punch out to this block. Whoops. Oh, that's not good. Stay there. I forgot to cover back up. And that's why I have extra blocks. Back to the drawing board. Okay, right there. And place a block here to cover up that water and make sure that the lava doesn't spew out. Place it right there. And if it worked, that should turn into cobblestone. There it is. Place a solid block there. And start collecting your cobblestone. And this isn't the most effective way of doing this. Like, the drop or the hopper system is actually the best. Because as you can see, I'm losing a lot of cobblestone. But this is just a starting generator. I mean, this isn't meant to be your permanent generator. Your permanent generator will come later. But as you can see, I am getting cobblestone. It's not perfect, but I am getting it. And you might actually want to put a block behind you because water is going to push you back. But looks like I'm not going to need these ones. Clear that out. And voila, you have a basic cobblestone generator. So whenever you come in, just put your cobblestone right there. By the way, it also occurred to me that you're not going to be able to get this kind of pickaxe, so I'm going to show you how else you can get it. Or not dark steel, but another kind of pickaxe that you're going to need. So I'm just going to collect until I have 40, and then I'll show you that. But as you can see, I'm losing a lot of cobblestone, and that's not good. Okay, there, 40. So what you're going to need to do is, again, get your hammer and make gravel. I was going to say cobblestone, and then I was going to say generator. You're going to make some gravel, and then you're going to sieve that stuff. And it's actually better to sieve gravel than it is to sieve dust or sand. I'm going to take these back. And remember, this is just a temporary cobblestone generator. It's not permanent. But I'm going to sieve this. Oh, perfect. Just what we needed. So I'm going to place stuff in there. Whoops. Give me that back. This is what you're going to need. You're going to need a piece of flint. Now, when you get your flint, you're going to come over here, grab your pickaxe stencil, put it in the part builder. I made a quartz sword, by the way. And put it in there, and you can make it like that. Now that we have our cobblestone generator, we can start expanding a little bit more. Or, what we can do is start to make, what is it called? Seared bricks. And to make seared bricks, you're going to need, there it is, grout. We need grout, which is 4 pieces of sand, 4 pieces of gravel, and 1 piece of clay. That'll give you 8 grout, which will give you 8 pieces of cobblestone, or not cobblestone. It'll give you seared bricks, which you can use to make a smeltery control, a smeltery drain, casting table, seared tank, which requires 1 piece of glass, and seared faucets. You're also going to need seared bricks. So let's do that real quick. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to need a lot of stuff. That's why I wanted to collect 40 pieces of this so we can start on that. And we're just going to break this all up until we have a lot of gravel. So I'm going to be right back. And I finally collected enough materials and crushed everything and sieved or made everything that I need. So you're going to need 28 pieces of sand, 28 pieces of gravel, and 7 pieces of dust. Or more. You can make much more. You can make, oh, I messed up. It's actually not dust that I need. I'm going to have to break one of these real quick. And I messed up. Okay, leave me alone. Everyone makes mistakes. I need this. Need to fill this up. Boom, clay. So I'm gonna just finish up this real quick and I'll be right back. And I have clay, so I have grout. Now, however many pieces of clay you have, multiply that by 4, and that's how much of each of the gravel and sand you're going to need. So if you make 10 pieces of clay, you're going to need 40 pieces of gravel and sand. And that'll give you 8 each. So 7 times 8, I'm too lazy to do the math, 56. And then you just cook that in the furnace. And we wait. And I will be right back as soon as all of this is done. Boom. And there we have it. 56 pieces of seared brick. Now, real quickly, I'm going to craft 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces of these. And the reason for that is these are going to make up the base of my smeltery. That's what it's called. These are going to make up the base of my smeltery. I need a smeltery controller. I believe a casting table. And I can actually make it with just 4 and a bunch of glass. And what this is going to make is a smeltery tank. So, with all that said, I will actually get into building it next episode because I'm running out of time. And seared bricks, you're going to need a lot of seared bricks. You're going to need a lot of everything. So you're going to need way more than just 56 pieces. You're going to need closer to like, crap, I don't even know. I would, just to be safe, I would make 2 stacks of sand and gravel and 8 pieces? No. Yeah, 8 pieces of, what is it? I don't even know. Just 2 stacks and maybe I think 16 is the number I'm looking for. Pieces of clay. Anyway, I will be expanding outward again to make a entire cobblestone section. Anyway, I'm sorry I should have gotten more into the actual building of it, but like I said, I'm running out of time. I really have things to do. Anyway, leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you disliked it, subscribe if you want to, share this with your friends. There will be links in the description down below. Please leave me some comments so I can make better quality videos for you guys. I hope you all have an excellent day, and as always, thanks for watching.